Alright, ladies and programmers, we're going to do part 11. The bad guy needs to turn around when he hits a wall. We're continuing the AI, artificial intelligence, for the bad guy. Alright, so if we hit run, you can see our bad guy hits the wall and he turns around. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Let's look at the code that's going to do it. You have this thing called, we're going to have one called check right walls, and we're going to have one called check left walls. It's Boolean. It's a question, hey, is he, it's both, this one's both a question and a command. It asks a question, hey, is he touching the right walls, but it also does stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at what it does. It says, we want to get the sprite width of our guy. So we're getting the image of this is, by the way, all this code is in our bad guy. So we're going to get his image and we're going to get its width. So we're going to figure out how wide the image is. So we're going to figure out, okay, our guy goes from here to here, it's so many pixels. Okay, so we got that. Then we're going to say the x distance, the distance we need, is the sprite width divided by 2. So we take his sprite width, we divide it by 2, so we're going to get this distance right there, which is the distance from his center point to his edge, which is the distance that we need to figure out, because we're trying to figure out is, hey, is he touching anything right over here at this point? Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're using this local variable called right wall. So we have a box called right wall. The only thing that can go into it is an actor. What are we going to stick into it? Equals. What do we stick into it? Any object at an offset. Okay, so we're looking for an object at a particular spot, and we're saying the x distance. So we're basically saying, hey, is there any object over here, or actually over here in this case? So he's touching it, so the answer would be yes. Okay. Okay, and then it says, hey, is that box right wall null? Because if we just touch something, it's holding, that box called right wall is holding the thing that we just touched. Okay, so if it says equals null, that means I didn't just touch a wall over on my right. So and then you return false, saying, basically saying, hey, no, the question is no, I didn't touch anything. Otherwise, so that means this box called right wall is not null, which means it is holding a platform. Okay, it had to be a platform, by the way. Then we're going to do stuff. We're going to get stopped by the right wall, and then we're going to return true. By the way, notice this stop by right wall, right wall. So that this local variable called right wall is holding the wall that I just touched on my right side. So we're sending that wall as a parameter to this method definition called stop by right wall. Okay, so then we're going to see that method down here. Here's public void stop by right wall. Okay, so we're saying int wall width. Okay, so we're trying to get the width of the wall because we need to relocate our character. So this character, if he somehow got inside of the wall, which is very easy to do because it's not really solid, right? If he got in here, it's going to push him. It's going to push him back. So let's see how we do this. So we're going to get we want to push him back like over here, right? So here's what we do. So we get the wall width equals the right wall, that right wall that I just sent to it, right? The right wall dot get image dot get width. So we're getting the width of the image. Okay, and then we're going to say, all right, here's the new x. That we're going to make a box called new x. It's a local variable. It's going to disappear after we cross after that bracket. So it only can hold numbers, right? And it's going to, what is it going to equal? The right wall that I just got dot get x. So it's going to get his x minus wall width. Okay, so it's going to say get his x location, which is right here, minus the wall width. Plus the get image dot get width divided by 2. So we're also dealing with this guy as well. So it's going to push him backwards. All right, so now let's take a look at this. So we say set location to new x minus 5. Okay, so we have this box called new x. It's holding the spot we want to push him over to. So we're going to put him in his new spot minus 5. The minus 5 scooching him over to the left just a little bit, and then we keep him at his current y location. And then if he hits the wall, we need to switch his direction. But if he's going right, he now needs to go left, and we do that. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We have check walls, but the numbers are going to be reversed in some cases, and then we're going to have stop by left wall. So we have, there's that, and there's that. All right. So and also make sure that at some point you're asking him to do these. So you have to ask it to check right walls, check left walls in the act method. Okay? Alright, now next time around we're going to go on to part 12, giving the bad guy gravity.